Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. We have a little cool weather. It's a lot cooler than we thought it was going to be. Right now it's 42 degrees here in Panama City, 40 in Mariana, and 43 in Apalachicola. Weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center. Be sure and check out a nursing program at Haney Technical Center. They have an outstanding nursing program, and I a lot of times see their graduates. I've had an opportunity to spend some time in the hospital this past weekend and ran into some nurses. They just work really hard. I just have a special spot in my heart for nurses. So anyway, check out the program there. Okay, high today be 61, low tonight 46, and water temperature is 62 degrees. And we're going to talk about the water temperature in a few minutes. A boating forecast: winds coming out of east, northeast at 8 to 16, seas 1 to 3. Now, it blew hard yesterday. It's not going to blow as hard today. Wind will be settling on down as we get on into the afternoon, but we've had some strong wind. We had a lot of good rain this weekend. I was looking on the chart this morning. We had over an inch here along the coast, but up inland, I saw Mariana had about 4.8 inches of rain. So we got some really good rain, and that's the reason why February is always one of the wettest months of the year, because of this kind of weather patterns we have. All right, a boating forecast, like I said, just be careful if you get out there with a northeast wind. It could get on up, and I don't like a north wind because it sort of keeps you away from shore. All right, take a look at our river readings. We're going to see these rising now with all the rain we've had. And then right now, it's not bad. Apalachicola Bluntstown is at 2.4, but it's on the rise. And even when I show you tomorrow's chart, it's going to be even higher, I believe, with all the rain we have. And it's going to get on up there to 7 foot by Thursday of this week. So we've got a river rising there. Same way with Choctawhatchee. It started rising yesterday. It rises a lot faster. It's reading right now 8.7. And it's going to continue to rise. In fact, it's going to get close to action stage there. So that's the Choctawhatchee River at Caryville. Okay. Each Monday we like to call Panama City Beach Pier and get a report. I just got off the phone with Ron, and an interesting conversation we had. Catching Spanish and catching a few bonita, and that's been steady all winter and all. And this report, of course, brought to you by Bugaway Pest Control at Panama City Beach. Rick Russell at 234-7751. Ron was telling me that they're not getting a lot of whiting and a lot of pompano, and this is sort of conflicts with some of the reports I've been getting. I've been getting some good reports on pompano being caught out of surf, so we started talking about it. And here's their theory on it. It makes a little bit of sense. They've taken this sand and all, we dredged it out of the pass, and they're actually taking it up north, and they're sort of dumping it around the Phillips Inlet area. And they're catching some pompano on a steady basis up there, and we're beginning to think that maybe some of those pompano are concentrating in that area and feeding off all the action that's coming from the sand and all, getting things stirred up, and they're getting that's like a little feeding pattern they've started up there. Because they're not catching many off the pier, which is, you'd want them to just start catching some soon. But I get numerous reports about the surf fishing of a pompano has been real good up in that area. Maybe either it's that, or they were talking about these little thermal currents and all. That's one just stuck right in that area, and those pompano feeding good over there. So anyway, they're catching some in the surf, but not catching a lot off the pier. So that's our pier report brought to us by Bugaway. All right, let's take our first break and be right back.
Your vision is precious. If an emergency arises, you don't want to be sitting in a hospital waiting room. Accidents and injuries can happen outside of your workday. That's why our team of physicians provide emergency eye care to our patients anytime, day or night. You can count on your local experts in eye care to be there for you whenever you need us. The Eye Center of North Florida.
9 doctors, 1 vision, yours.
Come join the Panhandle Outdoors team. Beat the rush and stock up on our team shirts and hats in a wide variety of colors and sizes. For your convenience, we offer a Panhandle Outdoors shop at panhandleoutdoors.net. Simply visit our website and click shop. Be a member of the Panhandle Outdoors team, Florida's only live daily outdoor show.
Bill Kramer's Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC is Panama City's exclusive full-line dealership. built on a 45-year foundation of trust and total customer satisfaction in all departments, including our huge pre-owned department, where we'll pay top dollar for your current automobile as a trade-in, or we'll place your vehicle on our lot and help you sell it. At Bill Kramer Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. 4 decades, 3 generations, 1 tradition.
We are so lucky to live in North Florida. We have some of the best fresh and saltwater fishing in the world. My biggest problem is not catching fish, but trying to decide what kind of fish I want to catch. No matter what I'm after, I always stop at Sunjammers Water Sports first. They have just what I need: rods and reels, line, tackle, and most important, live bait. Yes, sir, we sure are lucky.
Okay, welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. I was talking to Alan Courtney the other day. You know, Alan comes on the first Monday each month to talk about bass fishing. Now, Alan is a hardcore, die-hard, every weekend bass fisherman. And I was laughing at him the other day. We're laughing with him. He had a flat tire on his trailer, and you expect someone who fishes that much and all just stay right on top of everything. I got to thinking about it. You know, if Alan Courtney, who fishes all the time, had a flat tire, and it's this time of year, I always want to talk about taking care of your trailer. So we made a list of important things on looking at your trailer. So let's take a minute and talk about the important things. Number 1, inspect and repack the hubs and bearings. That's the number 1 thing that goes out. That's why I put that at top. Those bearings, they get wet and they're going to get just a little bit of salt. It's going to just eat them up. So every year, check out your hubs and make sure you use quality grease. Number 2, well, this is what Alan didn't do. Inspect tires for tread wear and damage. He just had a flat tire. Luckily, he was close to home when he had it, but so I would check the tread wear. Number 3, bunks and guides. And, you know, replace that carpet or those rollers if necessary, but always make sure that boat can slide off and on real good. You don't want to get the boat halfway on there and get stuck with some of that carpet that rolls up under it. Number 4, make sure you got the right air pressure. Now, if it sits up in the winter, like most of our boat trailers sit up in the wintertime, it's not going to be at the right air pressure. I can promise you. By the time spring rolls around, you first get it out. So always check your air pressure. Number 5, just check out those U-bolts and all that, the connecting hardware. Just check out for corrosion. If you see a lot of corrosion on there, take it by a trailer place and get it fixed. And you can put those U-bolts on yourself if you want to, but a lot of times they're hard to get off. Putting them on is not that hard, but getting them off is what's hard. Number 6, grease or spray the hitch ball. Now, I got spray, but I like to put a little bit of grease on it. Grease seems to go a lot better. And number 7, same thing on that jack, your trailer jack. Put some grease on that trailer jack. And number 8, inspect your bow strap and tie downs. Make sure those safety chains, make sure they're on there tight. Number 9, if you have a big trailer, you want to check your brakes. Number 10, the trailer, the tow, and where you're plugging in those connections, make sure those are cleaned off. All these little things are important now. Of course, number 11, make sure your lights, you know, they might be working one weekend, next weekend they may not be working. In fact, that's how they're going to go out. And number 12, make sure your trailer tag is current. A lot of times, you know, it's folded. I get a kick out of watching these trailer tags. They're folded up under there a lot of times from backing in there. And it's hard to see which ones are good and which ones are not. All right, so that's just some tips on getting your trailer ready for spring fishing, which is going to be right around the corner. We're talking about March, folks. It comes in next Thursday. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Okay? So which makes me think about springtime. I ran this off last night getting ready for this morning's show. Today's actual water temperature chart. Now, there are all kind of charts out there, and what I want you to pay attention to, we might have to even, let's take a look at this. Now, this is, of course, the hot water down here. Here's Florida, okay? Here's Florida right here. This is all hot water down in here. This is a NOAA picture. And the darker it is, the colder it is. And so we still have cold water up here. Ron just told me it's 60 degrees off Panama City Beach Pier. But what you start seeing is some light colors in here and little spots in here. Those are the little fingers that we talk about. This is a satellite shot. This is just the water temperature that's going on right now. And what's going to happen, this orange and all is just going to start coming on up in here. And these fingers will start coming up. If you notice, it's not just solid all the way across. It's all mixed up and all. But these little white spots right in here and right in here, those are the currents that's going to bring in the spring run of the Spanish mackerel and the spring run of the pompano. And, of course, it'll be kicking off with a cobia, too. So speaking of cobia, so you keep an eye on these. I'll update you maybe each week on that water temperature. It's fascinating to me. Okay, now the next thing we were talking about. Let's talk about the Cumberland River Lodge a second, if we can, Jeff. I want to keep talking about. Look at this big old gobbler. We can win this free trip from Panhandle Outdoors and the Cumberland River Lodge for a Western Kentucky spring gobbler hunt. I know it's a little fuzzy there, but look at the size of that gobbler. Now you can win this by all you got to do is just you can email us your name and just put spring turkey hunt so we keep it separate from other contests for the Cumberland River Lodge hunt. You get to stay in this old 50 or 60-year-old tobacco barn. They remodeled this barn and made it a hunting lodge. Beautiful place up there, beautiful country, and you get to stay in a really nostalgic place like that. So you can win this, and all you got to do is just pay your way up there and get your little temporary license, and you're all set, and you'll have a lot of fun. So Western Kentucky, now the dates on it, let's show you the dates on it. Very similar hours. It's going to be April and May. Okay, April I believe the 14th. Now we're going to put a deadline on the drawing pretty soon. I haven't decided yet. It's April 14th through May 6th. So we're going to probably have our drawing toward sometime in the middle or late part of March, so you have time to get ready and make arrangements there. So that's how you enter it right there, or you can check it out another way. Okay. Let's real quick. We were talking about the other day, talking about different things. When Stan Kirkland was on, we were talking about the eagle nest, and he brought some pictures of those eagles nesting up there in North Bay, and really fascinating. And I was thinking about it. I'd visited and got to see an eagle's nest not too long ago, and we brought up this video. Now, eagle, they'll build those nests up. There's solid trees and all. That nest can stay up there for like 30 years, but it takes a lot of time. They'll bring in really big twigs. It's not unusual for a nest to weigh over a ton. In fact, this one had blown down. They had to get it up and had to lift it with a forklift. It was so heavy. So it's on like a 45-second clip, but it's an up-close shot of an eagle's nest, and really neat. So let's go ahead and show this, Tim. Okay, another fascinating thing in our wild is, of course, the eagle. Every now and then we can see an eagle, but this is a great shot of an actual eagle's nest. Now this nest was brought in. The reason this was actually when the tree was actually blown down, and I can show you how it actually starts down here. And they said they had to bring it in here with a forklift. This is how tall it is. You can see how big it is, and how well made it is. But this is an actual eagle's nest. We don't get to see this often, and we need to. What we need to realize is that the eagle can literally be about 20 years old. Beautiful bird, of course, a hatchling, and you can see the moss and. They actually, this actual nest, you're not going to believe this actual nest weighs about around 2,000 pounds. That's one that had to get a whole forklift to lift it up. And it's amazing to weigh that much and all. So this is the eagle's nest, and I hope you had a good look at it. I'm Winston Chester with Panhandle Outdoors.
Panama City Beach is known as one of the top dive destinations in Florida. Divers Den offers daily dive charters that can accommodate up to 13 divers. Our boat captain is U.S. Coast Guard certified and a PADI dive instructor. We have trained professionals who offer a variety of scuba certifications. Come see us at our 2 locations on Thomas Drive and Tyndall Parkway.
When you're looking for sales, parts, and service for your outboard, all in one location, you're looking for BJ's Marine, your authorized Tohatsu and Nissan dealer. BJ's Marine does it all. They have outboard parts and a service center and used motor sales too. Tohatsu, reliable, dependable, fuel efficient, and lightweight. Tohatsu Outboards, technology for the next generation. BJ's Marine, 1317 Transmitter Road since 1991.
Harold Milling Company, rough and tough dog food. Harold Milling Company builds it. They build hog feed. They build dairy feed. They make chicken feed. They have specialty feeds for rabbits. If you got a worm farm, grandmother used to have a worm farm. Look at that, Harold Milling Company. You want to go down and get you, the dog's not running anymore. That's all over with. You want to get that 16% and drop down from the 26% protein. You don't want over to get fat. Harold Milling Company, you can buy at almost any feed store in the Panama City area.
Clay O'Neill's Land Clearing. When you need land clearing, pond digging, road building, or any type of excavation,
Clay O'Neill's Land Clearing is fully equipped to handle it. If the job is big or small, he covers it all, serving the Florida Panhandle from Madison County to Escambia County. He's just a phone call away. Hey, thanks, Clay, for another job well done.
Okay, welcome back. I want to congratulate my great nephews, Hunter Jordan up there in Bluntstown. Got a big old hog yesterday. His little brother, Tucker, got a nice 9 points. So they had a good year up there hunting outside of Calhoun County up there. Good job, boys. Now, we're talking about hunting and all. I had a good weekend on my quail hunting trip with my high school buddies, and I have that video for you tomorrow. It's going to be a good one and very enjoyable trip, and we always have a great time together. So we were talking about hunting and all, and we were talking about everybody brought different shells and all, and we got to talking about high brass and low brass and different things. I decided this morning I want to show you the high brass shell and low brass. The term high brass and low brass basically comes from the brass is really high right here. Okay, here's the brass and low right here. High brass, low brass. This is a 12 gauge, this is a 20 gauge. But the big difference is the amount of powder, okay? And that's why the brass is up here, the amount of powder they put in it. Now for bird hunting, you really want to use low brass, and of course shooting big game and all, you want to use high brass. And on the box, let's see, we can see this right here. You can see when you buy your shells right here, that's 7 ounce. That's the key that you're looking for. This, of course, 8 shot. That's what we use this weekend. 7th, 8th ounce. That means there's not a lot of powder in it, but which is good. That means when the shell comes out, when it comes out of the barrel and all, the BB is going to spread more because it has less powder to push it, and that's the theory behind it. So on bird hunting, like quail and all, you want to do that, use that. Now on like big squirrel shot and all, again, this is 1 1/4 ounce. That means that's a high brass. Okay, so that's what we're talking about right there, high velocity, and so you have to pick out your game and all, and pick out your shell, but we like to use those. We want to spread out as much as we can when we're hunting those birds, okay? Low brass and high brass. All right, now, so talking about hunting, remember the season went out yesterday. Today's the first day of muzzle loading season. Now, you can hunt with a bow, but it's only going to go 1 week. Starts today, it's going to end on Sunday, so be well aware of that. I wanted to quickly bring this old muzzle loader. This is my old muzzle loader here. And I just want to bring and show it to you. I hadn't used it in years and all, but when it first came out, I had to jump on the bandwagon and get one of these. But I love shooting this thing. We've talked about it and all. And basically, on the barrel here, you actually take the rod out and you pour your powder in here. And then you had a little lead ball. You put the lead ball in here, and then of course you had to pack it. You actually, just like Revolutionary War, you had to pack it all down. Once you get it packed down. Then on the trigger mechanism, this is old Thompson Center 50 caliber. On the trigger mechanism, of course, you have to cock it right here, and then you have it like a hair trigger, okay? You click that. That means it's off safety. So you have 2 triggers here, and then you just touch. Watch this. Just touch that one. It's what's called a hair trigger. So that's a muzzle loader, one of the original ones come out. Now, as always, with Progress and all, they make them a little more fancy. I like this one a lot because you could you put your own powder in, but now it comes pre-measured. It's a lot easier to do with pre-measured shots and all. But back in the original days, we'd just pour powder. We were talking this weekend, some of my buddies talking about when they first came out, some of the guys were putting in like twice the amount of powder you should. And one boy, almost when he fired it, you got to understand that powder has an explosion. One of the boys laughing about a mutual friend of ours, almost separated his shoulder because he put so much powder in it, and when it exploded, his whole arm went back like that. It almost separated his shoulder. So now, but it's all pre-measured now. It's not that big a deal. So anyway, that season is open now. Okay. Speaking of season, the FWC, this is for next season really. Hunter Safety Course. A lot of y'all will be using this for next year. This is the first one offered for next year. It's going to be in Okaloosa County, so I'm telling this to all my Walton County viewers. It's going to be Hunter Safety is going to be in Crestview off Old Bethel Road. It's going to be from 6 to 9 o'clock on March 5th, 6th, and 7th, and 8th. 5, 6, 7, and 8, those 3-hour blocks. And the range portion will be the 10th. So if you're going to have a young kid or somebody in your family that's going to be hunting next year, then go ahead and get this out of the way. This is a good time to do it, first week of March, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you remember, if they're 16 years, if they're younger than 16, an adult has to go with them. Anybody born after 1975 and have the Florida hunt license. The good thing about it, this is can be used in any state. All the states have a mutual agreement. The hunter safety course is now approved in all the other states. So if you hunt somewhere else, okay, so that's a hunter safety course up there in Okaloosa County. All right, now before we close out this section, I want to talk about, all week long we're going to talk about this Florida Sportsman Expo. I'm pumped up about it. It's going to be a fun thing to do this weekend. We've got some rain coming this week, middle part of the week. Hopefully it'll clear on out by the weekend. So I'm going to get ready to give away some tickets to the Florida Sportsman Expo. I was looking last night, all the different things they're going to be offering, okay? Let me find my tickets. I got some tickets in here, right here. All right. Now, it'll be this weekend, all the seminars, all the different things. One of the things, they're going to teach you how to fillet. If you're not sure on filleting fish, a guy will be there filleting fish and showing you all kind of different things on that. Also, it'll be talking about fly fishing. There'll be special events. There'll be inshore fishing, how to catch redfish and trout, how to fish from the surf, some places to go here in the Panhandle. The whole thing is customized, and it's going to be a good deal. So look, I'll be giving away tickets all week. I'm going to give away a pair of tickets during this commercial break. Just call me. I'm going to take the third caller, okay? A pair of tickets for this weekend's Florida Sportsman Expo. All right? So go ahead. My number is 819-5548. And I'll take, if I say second caller is third, I'll just take a caller, okay? All right, we'll go. Let's take a break.
On the water or under the water, success starts at C&G Sporting Goods. C&G specializes in fresh and saltwater fishing tackle, floundering supplies, spearfishing equipment, and much, much more. C&G also has licenses, maps, and expert advice on where to go. For over 59 years, C&G Sporting Goods has been the headquarters for the outdoors man. Fishing, hunting, camping, guns, and ammo. They've got it all. C&G, home of the experts, downtown Panama City.
What's more important in a side-by-side RTV? Is it speed and agility, or is it versatility and dependability? When getting out of the woods is more important than getting into the woods, there is only one name to remember: Kubota. With true commercial-grade construction in the chassis and drivetrain, Kubota gives you the dependability, power, and torque you need to get the job done. Kubota builds work tools, not play toys.
My name's Captain Rick Corley. I'm a SAMS accredited Marine Surveyor, NAM certified Marine Surveyor, and IAME certified Marine Investigator. Been surveying since 1969. Was taught by my father, who is the oldest, longest practicing Marine Surveyor in the world. We do all types of survey, commercial or pleasure. Steel, aluminum, fiberglass, wood, makes no difference. Give us a call at 850-527-5287 or visit us online. We'd appreciate your visits.
The greatest investment we can all make is in the lives of our children and grandchildren.
To help you invest for retirement, handle your IRA rollover, protect your family with life or long-term care insurance. Call my dad for an appointment at his new office on Wilson Avenue behind Lowe's. And he'll give you a copy of his most recent book, 7 Steps to Serious Money. For free! Walter Woodrick, your Serious Money Advisor!
Okay, welcome back. Folks, it's a job handling this phone and getting ready for the next segment. I want to congratulate Lucretia Turner up there at Indian Bluff, and also I decided to give away 2 sets because I took the second and third caller. Also, Joe Ivy, okay? Joe Ivy watches the show all the time up there off East Bay. So we had two different locations and 2 different winners. We'll give some away tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. All week long we'll be giving away tickets for the big expo coming up. All right, let's take a look at Express Lane Fish and Game forecast for today. Let's move it on up now. We're looking at our time now from 10:54 to 12:54. Right in the middle of the day for the first day of muzzle loading. And then tonight, 11:17 to 1:17 if you're going to be up and about. You know, we get this nighttime. I know some guys that actually get off work, you know, 9-ish or 11-ish and all, and they actually fish at these times. When they get off work, they go fishing a while in the surf or off the pier, and then they actually then they go home after that. So let's see. Now what we're going to do, I'm charting this water temperature each day in my own scientific way. All right, this is 2011 water temperature. Let's take a look at it. Now, it has gone up. Okay, that's 2011. Remember, that's when it caught the first cobia, was right there. Okay, now, what has happened in 2012, I'm going to go ahead and show you the whole, I'm going to superimpose 2011 and 2012. Okay, now, in 2012, okay, this is it's going, okay, look at here. It was up to 65, now it's up to 62. It went down to 60 for a couple of days, and then yesterday it went up to 62. So you look at how much warmer it is this year than it was last year. Now we only got about 10 days, because really next Saturday will be March the 3rd. Saturday week will be March the 3rd, and that's when they brought the first cobia in. So if they're going to catch one sooner than they did last year, they got 10 days to do it. And I know those guys are going ahead. I've seen them on Facebook. They're excited. They're actually sending pictures of the jigs and colors they've actually been working on all winter long. So they're going to be looking for it. So it's interesting to see if they're going to catch one between now and then. All right. Now, Bill Barlow sent a nice picture. We got a lot of stuff going on there. Look at this big old bass, gator trout. We're talking about gator trout. Bill Barlow took his wife fishing, which was a nice thing to do. Check this out. Hey, Coach, great day fishing with my wife Saturday. Caught this big girl in one of the feeder creeks along with 5 other nice keepers. Fish was 26 inches. Naturally, I would release it, but it had a lot of people to feed. And tip of the day, now never underestimate, I got another picture of it right here. Never underestimate the power of live shrimp this time of year. I spent an hour in the same area casting artificial baits without a strike. I got the shrimp over there from Ricky, and also it hit it early when I first sent it out there. Thanks for doing great work on Panhandle Outdoors, Billy Barlow. Billy, that is a nice trout right there. You know, and it's good to fish like that. You know, if you have some live shrimp and all, especially if you need to feed a group of people and want to catch something really quick, that's a good way to do it. But it's also a challenge to fish and catch them with artificial. So anyway, good job there. Thanks for sharing that picture with us. We're going to have to wrap things up tomorrow now. Had that video from the big quail hunting trip had this weekend on Wednesday show. Have Captain Ken Paramore, FWC, it's his turn to come on. Got a good surprise show coming on Thursday, and then Friday we'll be back to our famous Friday fishing forecast. So you have a great week at work. I appreciate you watching the show this morning, and you do something good for somebody. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.